Before we begin, watchers beware. This video is probably very cringy. Okay, you can watch now. Hello gamers, I am trapped within the halls of this hotel and I cannot find my way out. I think we're gonna be here for a while, so let's talk about, the fictional people that haunt my day-to-day life. Wait, did you hear that? Don't worry, he's been banished to the world of endless seas. Didn't he remind you of something though? Those hyper-realistic blood eyes, his Blame the Killer iconic smile that wings that kills you. Oh my god, he was a creepypasta. But what is a creepypasta? Since the dawn of time, people have loved pranking and playing tricks on one another. These pranks and tomfoolery eventually evolved into copypastas, which were pieces of text that were spammed across the internet for either funny or dangerous activities. When I think of these copypastas, I tend to remember Billy from Roblox, who always needed to be reposted to live, or those spam texts that say your grandma is going to lose all of her money if you don't repost this to 10 people at that very moment. Now imagine, these copypastas, but scary. Boom, you made a creepypasta. Some of these super special examples can be the hit iconic man who is slender, Jeff, or the only Sonic copypasta, Tails Doll. Or, if you're Robloxian like me, you think of Guest666 and John Doe and the incident. Creepypastas have always been a big part of my life, so of course I had to make an entire story based off of the tropes found in creepypastas that I read when I was a kid. Let's introduce the story, shall we? 1 month before their graduation, the Paranormal Club decides to take a trip around various haunted locations in order to film paranormal activity and become super duper famous. The members of this club are Cecilia, the president of the Paranormal Club. She's focused more on the experience of hanging out with her friends rather than finding ghosts. She often prioritizes her friends over herself, and she gets distracted with a singular goal and can't work on multiple things at once. Moving on, we then have Ryan, her childhood friend. She's not actually a part of the club, he only came along in order to hang out with her. He really enjoys ghosts and photography, but he keeps his interests hidden in order not to annoy anybody else. Once he gets comfortable though, he tends to be super duper loud and only talk about his interests. Let's get back to the club members now. We have Darnell, the vice president of the club. They're just here because she's really bored and had nothing to do. She tries to seem nonchalant and chill, but she fails often. And the only one with the car and paranormal supplies. And finally, we have Blair. They really want to get famous through this trip, and they have a strong sense of morals and emotion they follow, and they dislike anyone who they think aren't taking their own life or goals seriously. Now that we know the characters, let's continue where we left off. Unfortunately for the club, each location they visit literally has no ghosts inside of it. Soon, they reach their final destination. Entering the old hotel, the crew slowly encounter mysterious sightings that they cannot explain. Thinking they hit the jackpot, they slowly dive further and further into the hotel until suddenly the group tension rises and the members start disappearing one by one. Will these teens manage to survive the scary ghost killer and achieve their goal at ghost hunting stardom? Let's find out next video where Oh my god. Is the killer dead? This isn't supposed to happen. Whoa, so what's exactly the deal here? In the actual story, Ryan, the childhood friend, accidentally gains the conscious in a creepypasta written by a tween who loves to make their characters' lives suck. However, that's not the only thing that's offered in this creepypasta. The killer that was once there has now been replaced with a new, more dangerous threat. Host, a living doll who's capable of taking over minds and has only one goal: protecting the sleeping cryptid that is cause to all of these changes, such as Ryan gaining sentience within the story. In this universe, cryptids must live in books/fictional stories in their first few years of existence in order to learn humans and the worlds they live in. Blah blah blah. The cryptid's kind of kid who wants a family, so it creates one of its own through Host and Ryan. Is this story just an excuse to make a found family? Totally not! To be completely truthful, these ideas are in very early development, so nothing is final, but I really want to make this story into a visual novel or game one day. If it was a game, it would be adapted into different parts. Copy, which is Cecilia's chapter that focuses on the original loop. Paste, Ryan's chapter that focuses on him trying to escape that loop. And delete, the cryptid's chapter which provides a prologue to the story and focuses on getting into the real world to escape the loop of the story. Each one of these loops would have two different routes, depending on the character's actions, of course. I sure do love a variety of endings. I think that's all I want to share about this little idea of mine for now. I mean, I haven't got into the big details like how the creepypasta changes based on the overall opinions and designs of the characters outside of the fiction, and the two different designs and lore for Ryan's endings, but that will come another time, trust. Anyways, I'm glad to get this pile of brain rot I have about these guys into a video. They have been a big part of my life this year, so I wanted to share my brain rot of these guys to others so I'm not alone in a corner drawing characters only I know. Anyways, it seems like I'm about to get lamed to killed by a lightning tree, so I gotta go. Have a happy new year, and don't forget to keep your pastors creepy.